And we made his descendants those remaining on the earth, and left for him favorable mention among later generations. Peace upon Nuh among the worlds. Inna kadhalika najzil muhsinin. Indeed, we thus reward the doers of good. Innahu min ibadina al-mu'minin. Indeed, he was of our believing servants. Then we drowned the others. Wa inna min shi'atihi la Ibrahim. And indeed, among his kind was Ibrahim. And when he came to his Lord, biqalbin salim, with a sound heart. When Ibrahim a.s. came to Allah with a heart that was sound, a heart that was free of all fitna, of all grudges, a heart that was sound with iman, with faith, and with belief in Allah. And the way to a sound heart is staying away from fitna, from trial, from wrongdoing, from sin. And if a person does make a mistake, does commit a sin, immediately seeking forgiveness for it. Because we know from hadith that when a person sins, a black dot comes into his heart. And when he continues sinning without seeking repentance, the heart becomes darker and darker and darker. And hadith tells us that when a person does good, there is a white dot on the heart. And the more good he does, the whiter and the more shining the heart becomes. So the way to the sound heart is to constantly go towards good and seek forgiveness from what is done that is wrong. And when he said to his father and his people, what do you worship? Is it falsehood as gods other than Allah you desire? Then what is your thought about the Lord of the worlds? And he cast a look at the stars and said, indeed, I am about to be ill. So they turned away from him, departing. Then he turned to their gods and said, do you not eat? Meaning these offerings that have been placed before you. The idols were given offerings just as they are today. What is wrong with you that you do not speak? And he turned upon them a blow with his right hand. Then they came toward him hastening, meaning the nation, the people. He said, do you worship that which you yourselves carve, while Allah created you and that which you do? They said, construct for him a structure and throw him into the burning fire. So they actually constructed a structure that they were going to throw him in, so that when the fire was lit, he could not escape from that structure. And they intended for him a plan, but we made them the most debased. And then he said, indeed, I will go to my Lord. He will guide me. We know that miracle for him was that Allah commanded the fire to be cool. That Allah commanded fire that is in its own nature hot, He commanded it to be cool and not burn Ibrahim alayhis salam. So we gave him good tidings of a forbearing boy, the good tidings of the son that was the righteous son, Ismail alayhis salam, that was given to Ibrahim alayhis salam. And when he reached with him the age of exertion, meaning when his son reached an age that he was able to run and walk, he said, O my son, indeed I have seen in a dream that I must sacrifice you. So see what you think. He said, O my father, do as you are commanded. We see that there is a righteous child for a righteous father. The father says, Allah commanded me to do this. He says, do what Allah has commanded. You will find me, if Allah wills, of the steadfast.